I bet the New York Knicks wish they could go back in time right now and extend Immanuel Quickley. What he did against the Boston Celtics, looking like one of the best players on the floor for the New York Knicks. I think everybody took notice, the league took notice, and yes, the New York Knicks took notice. We're also going to look into what Immanuel Quickley said about the contract negotiations and the fact that the Knicks and him were not able to reach an agreement. We're going to break down all of this and so much more today. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn notifications on so you don't miss a second of the new content. And now, let's get started. Immanuel Quickley is showing why the New York Knicks should have given him that extension. Immanuel Quickley had one thing in mind when he was playing last night. It was clear: to make an impression and to let everybody know that regardless of if he's getting his money now or not, he's going to get paid. Whether that's from the New York Knicks or another team is anybody's guess. But after last night, everybody is taking even more of a look at Immanuel Quickley. Quickley last night, off the bench for the season opener, 24 points, team high. Tied RJ Barrett, by the way, the other bright spot for the New York Knicks. But let's continue here. 7 of 11 from the field goal. 5 of 7 from 3. 5 of 6 from the free throw line. 6 rebounds. 2 offensive from that. 4 assists and 1 steal. Immanuel Quickley, man. He was everywhere, doing everything. That defense looks just the same, if not just a little bit more polished. So I'm happy to see that. His shooting. Did you see him from 3? Every time the Knicks needed that three-pointer, needed that bucket, put Immanuel Quickley in, help him take the shot, boom. He hit it. Immanuel Quickley was money last night for the New York Knicks. He didn't get his money, but he was money last night for the Knicks. 24 points off the bench with Malcolm Brogdon not being in the Eastern Conference, him being in Portland, regardless of what he did in Portland, even though he had a nice showing with Portland because Scoot Henderson really didn't do exactly what he needed to do. I don't expect that to be a nightly occurrence. So because of that, Immanuel Quickley, if he can continue these performances, will be the absolute favorite for 6th Man of the Year this year. And if he wins 6th Man of the Year, guys, if Immanuel Quickley wins 6th Man of the Year, the contract extension that he might have wanted from the New York Knicks, which is maybe, $100 million? Might now be $125 million, $130 million. That's how much the New York Knicks may be looking at in terms of an offer they'd have to give Quickley to keep him on the Knicks if he continues to play like this and wins 6th Man of the Year. It's going to be a very interesting thing to watch this entire season to see what Immanuel Quickley does, because he looked absolutely impressive last night. And something else I want to note. Did you guys notice Immanuel Quickley and Jalen Brunson sharing the floor together? A backcourt of Jalen Brunson and Immanuel Quickley. Now I wonder who was saying that. Oh yeah, I was, because I thought it could be lethal. And you know what? Another thing I didn't think about is, if Brunson doesn't have it one night or Immanuel Quickley doesn't have it one night, the other one is absolutely going to. Because there's going to be nights where Quickley doesn't have it and Brunson will. And I absolutely do not believe that Brunson's going to showcase that type of offense each and every game moving forward. He's going to have some games like that, sure, but not every game. And I think if the Knicks got this close to beating the Celtics, 108-104, and Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle really didn't do exactly what you needed them to do. And if you're the New York Knicks, you got to think to yourself, you were that close to beating one of the best teams in the East without 2 of your best players playing at the level you needed them to. And that's not going to happen on a consistent basis. So the Knicks are definitely looking at that, and they got to be happy with that. But you also got to be happy with that backcourt of Jalen Brunson and IQ. Imagine if Jalen Brunson was just as on and lethal and effective as IQ last night. The Knicks probably would have beat the Celtics. And everybody would have said exactly what I've been saying for months. IQ and Jalen Brunson should be the starting backcourt for the New York Knicks. I think it makes sense. and I think it could work for the Knicks. But suffice to say, Immanuel Quickley, he was one of the best players on the floor last night for the Knicks. He looks ready, he looks locked in, and I can't wait to see more of Quickley as we move forward with this season. But Immanuel Quickley also recently spoke on not reaching an extension with the New York Knicks. Now, it's no surprise. This is a business side of this aspect to the game. Everybody knows. If you ask anybody in New York, any NBA insider who knows the New York Knicks, even Tom Thibodeau himself, they all love Immanuel Quickley. They want Quickley to stay in New York. But here's the thing. It's not about that. It's about money and what Quickley wants. Some people think that the New York Knicks didn't offer Immanuel Quickley a contract extension. I don't think that was the case. I think the Knicks did offer him an extension. I just think Immanuel Quickley thought it should have been a lot higher and a lot more. And because it wasn't the number he wanted it to be, I think he's going to bet on himself, which is exactly what he's doing. And he thinks he can play himself into a bigger and better contract. Not to say he doesn't want to stay with the Knicks. He probably does want to stay with the Knicks. But he wants to stay with them on a larger deal, on a larger contract. And if that's the case, you can't knock Immanuel Quickley for wanting to showcase his game and earning that deal. But he recently spoke on this, and shout out to Fred Katz from The Athletic from reporting the following. Immanuel Quickley stated the following: at the end of the day, business is always business. If both sides can't come to an agreement, it's nothing too much crazy with that. But like I said, I'm focused on getting better tomorrow, getting better the next day, and it's going to be like that the whole year. He also stated, extension talks are over. I'm just focused on the season. Our team is going to have a great year, and I feel like I'm going to have a great year. And if Quickley does have that great year, cha-ching, money, money, bang, bang, he is getting that deal, that money, and that contract, whether it be from the Knicks or from another team. And the Knicks may have shot themselves in the foot here. They may be regretting not giving Immanuel Quickley this contract extension, because if he shows out and continues to play like this, and they could have had him for $100 million, and now his value at the end of the year turns out to be $140 million, let's say, or another team, let's say, gives him $150 million, because you know another team might do that, and the Knicks choose not to match it, then they lost one of their best players, somebody who might win Sixth Man of the Year, for nothing. Think about that. They might, Leon even might be thinking about it right now. If they're not able to come to an agreement with Immanuel Quickley and get him that contract that he desires, two things. Either trade during the season for that star or that piece that you need, or sign and trade. One and the other is likely going to happen. I'm not sure which. But right now, according to a couple of NBA insiders, according to one of my favorite NBA insiders in Ian Bagley, he stated he doesn't believe that Immanuel Quickley will be in the New York Knicks or in the New York market come next season. So if he's saying it, I got to believe it a little bit, to some extent. I may not want it to be true. I like IQ. I think he can be an impactful player for the New York Knicks. I think he should be starting for the Knicks in the backcourt with Jalen Brunson. But nonetheless, we're here. IQ is not extended. He said what he said. He addressed the situation like a professional, and I got to give him props for that. But now it's time for IQ to continue to play like this, to show out, and to show the New York Knicks why they made a mistake, why they should have extended him. And now when they're going to have to make the decision to either match another team's offer for Quickley or let him walk for nothing, they're going to have a lot of pressure on them, especially if Immanuel Quickley continues to put pressure on the Knicks by playing like this. I love what I saw from Immanuel Quickley last night. I thought he played extremely well. I thought he looks very well, too, with Jalen Brunson in the backcourt. I think the Knicks need to run that a lot more and maybe tweak the starting lineup, include IQ in that lineup, put Grimes on the bench, and watch. They're both going to thrive if that happens. But that's just my opinion on it. What about you guys? What do you guys think? Were you just as impressed as I was with IQ last night? Let me know in the comments, because honestly, guys, I would love to hear from you. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment below, and of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knicks fans. Peace.